I'm about to just ride the Yz125 without brakes. All of last night, I tried to gravity feed our brake fluid, and turns out it's literally not working whatsoever. So I think something with our front master cylinder or our front brake caliper is wrong, but I guess let's just move on to the rear. I do still have to install this powder-coated lever, so let's actually go ahead and do that now. Also, I got about 100 comments in my last video saying that I vape. Turns out one of my buddies left their vape sitting right here during one of my clips, so that's great. I can already see all the comments I'm gonna get till like next year about me vaping, but that was my buddy's vape. Some of you guys don't realize, but when I record, I literally have a crowd of people behind me just watching me record. They're all usually the friends, but of course one of them left the vaping frame, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I just don't like to promote vaping. It's not very great. It seems like 90% of the population hits that chooch, and I'm definitely not trying to promote that because it's not a good thing. That stuff is junk. Obviously, I wouldn't have even mentioned it, but I don't want any of you younger ones thinking I vape, so it's okay to vape, because it's definitely not okay to vape. That stuff is literally so bad for your lungs, I'd rather sit here and breathe in two-stroke smoke. Anyway, this is the only time I'm addressing that vape, but let's just go ahead and put the rear brakes on this bike. So I ended up going to my buddy's house, and I ended up fabbing up something for his three-wheeler, but I just completely ignored doing my rear brakes, because I really want to figure out my front brakes first. My buddy actually brought by his vacuum pump, so we're going to go ahead and give this a go. Maybe this will actually bleed our brakes properly. So I took our cap off. Let's actually go ahead and connect the vacuum pump to the bleeder screw. So we got the hose on our vacuum connected to the bleeder screw on the caliper. We're just going to go ahead and pump this up till it gets to about 5. That way we create negative pressure. Let's go ahead and pump the air out of our brakes a little bit. Now I'm holding the brake lever all the way in with a zip tie. And now we're going to simply crack the bleeder screw and we should see all the air bubbles come out of it. There's literally no fluid coming out. Weird. Let's go ahead and try to pump it. So confused. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and keep pumping it until I see air stop coming out, because we definitely see a lot of bubbles. Kind of confused here, but we're just gonna keep doing it for a minute. I think it's actually finally working, guys. Our reservoir went down a lot, so we're just gonna go ahead and top it off, and we're just gonna do it again. We got our front brakes working, and I am extremely excited. I'm super glad we didn't actually move on to the rear end, because I would have wasted all my time again because I had no clue what I was doing. That vacuum pump actually was very needed because there was just so much air in my system. I had to go through nearly more than half the bottle of brake fluid, so we can't do our rears tonight, but we're going to do that tomorrow. I have that banger video to edit on fabbing up my buddy's battery mount for his 3-hog, so I'm going to go edit that video up, but like I said, we just had to go through more fluid to that vacuum pump. We just had tons of air in the system, so we just had to pump out all that air with all that fluid. So yeah, the front